Well, just when you think you're prepared for everything, something pops up that you're not prepared for. Somewhere around 2 o'clock in the morning, I woke up for whatever reason, and I often look at my phone to see what time it is, or maybe to put on something that'll put me back to sleep. The phone was dead. Like dead. And it was plugged in, so, okay. I know it was plugged in, it was 100% charged. There's no way that even if it was 100% charged, it should have been dead in that short of a time span. So I had one of those battery cases on there, and I took the battery case off and I plugged it in directly. It still doesn't work. So what's the point? Well, the point is now that I have to drive 120 miles round trip, go to about 10 different toll booths, and spend probably about $35 in gas to get to the Apple store. The way it works is, first of all, I'm not even done paying this phone off yet. I still got at least another year, so it's under warranty. On top of that, I have Apple Care, because these freaking things are expensive. Doesn't help me. I live so far away from an Apple store that I'm pretty much screwed, so I have to drive up there. Now, what would typically happen if you didn't have an Apple store is they would mail you a box, and then you'd mail it back, and then they would fix it and then mail it back to you. Well, so today is Friday. If they mailed me a box, it would be here Monday. So that'd be Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. We got 4 days gone already. I would get the box, I would mail it, now it'd be Tuesday. They'd probably fix it within a day, it'd be Wednesday. One more day to get back, it'd be Thursday. I can't live without my phone till next Thursday. So, I mean, I've got my iPad somewhere. Oh, I'm talking on it. Normally I'm used to just the phone, but no, this is, yeah. So I got my iPad, which at least, I gotta give Apple the credit for this. My contacts, my notes, my reminder list, my calendar, it's all synced between my iPad, my iPhone, and my Mac, which is beautiful because if I have something, I can still look it up. You can go onto iCloud.com and get this information as well. And my email, of course. The thing that is not synced is the text messages and the phone. So you lose phone and you lose text, even though the iPad, you can send text messages back and forth. If the phone is out of commission, for whatever reason, you dropped it in a river, it can't tell your iPad or Mac or whatever, hey, forward the message to those other devices. So right now, I have no text messages, no phone calls, which sucks, you know. I'm tempted to go buy a burner phone, turn that on, at least so I can call 911 or something if I have to, if I get, you know, an emergency or whatever. Because this iPad does have cellular, which is cool, but it's only good for web surfing, email, and apps and stuff. You know, the thing people gotta think about, these phones are expensive. They're $1,000 for a phone, but if you think about what it can do, it is ridiculous. It does everything. Email, text, phone, web. It manages my security system. It does the cameras. It does, I can watch TV. I can listen to the radio. I can, I mean, on and on and on and on. Hundreds, if not almost 1,000 things can be done on these devices. One simple device, and it's so important, the phone. You couldn't do this shit before. Now, my phone catastrophically failed. I mean, it is dead as a doornail. I have no idea why. Some things that come to mind when something like this happens would be an EMP, electromagnetic pulse. If one day you wake up and your phone is completely dead, right, and will not power on, will not charge, nothing, and everything around you is dead, then we were attacked. At that point, it's over. Shit hits the fan for sure. But at 2 o'clock in the morning, when I realized that it was dead, I looked and, well, the power's still on, so that's not the case. I don't know. It could be, what happened is, it could be poor quality control. It's not guaranteed that it's something I did, because I had this thing in like this ultra chunky case. It was like huge, like this thick, you know. It was real. This is not it, obviously, but this really chunky mil-spec case. There's no way in hell that dropping it or anything like that would cause this. This is one of two things. It's a hardware defect, of which they're gonna fix anyway, or it could be a muon or something, cosmic rays. So right now you're sitting here, and all kinds of cosmic rays are streaming down from the cosmos. And if a particle hits, you know, one of the chips or whatever in there, in one of the electronic circuits, and fries it, done. Fries it like that. The iPhone and devices like it have billions of transistors. And a transistor used to be, you know, like the size of a half of a dime, maybe. So now picture billions of those in this thing. I remember when I was a kid, I used to make stuff in electronics class, and it had a transistor, a resistor, an LED or whatever, just a blink LED. It had all this electronics and wires and everything. Well, there's billions of those transistors in these devices, you know? And what happens when one fails? One of the billions, well, your device dies. It's just a miracle the shit works in the first place. It's like some kind of alien technology that we went from the 70s, where they had transistors that were discrete, big 3-lead devices, to billions of transistors all put on something smaller than a dime. Billions. It boggles the mind that this shit still works. So anyway, the point is, as you know, these devices are really important in your life, and I wasn't prepared for this one. I may have to buy a burner phone or something, you know, maybe a $20 or $30 phone if I can find one, just to make phone calls and keep it. You know, worst case, take the SIM card out, swap it into that device. At least I have something. Ideally, I think the suggestion would be is if you go to upgrade your phone, keep the old one, because in this case you could just take the SIM card out and pop it in the old one, and at least continue on while they're doing the repair, or you find a suitable replacement. Now the problem is all the carriers are going SIM-less, so there is no way to just swap the SIM, which I can still do. The new iPhone 14, they took out the SIM. It's an eSIM. It's an electronic SIM, which means you have to go and activate it at the carrier and shit like that. In this case, if I can find some other device, all I gotta do is just swap the SIM and I'm good to go. Even my watch, what the hell's gonna happen with that? Is it gonna log any of the stuff I'm doing? Shit. I don't know if they're gonna replace it or not, but I made an appointment at the Genius Bar. So don't get suckered into going to Best Buy if you look up service, because even if you make an appointment with these yutzes, they still send it to Apple. So what's the point? At least at the Apple store, there is a chance that they say, hey, okay, it's under warranty or whatever, I'm gonna pull one off. If they have one on the shelf, they can pull it off the shelf and then give you another one, a refurbished one, or possibly fix it if it's something they can fix. I have a feeling this isn't going to go well. I have a feeling that because of the chip shortage, they're not going to have refurbished units, and I'm basically going to be stuck with no phone for weeks, at least a week, and that's going to suck ass, because right now nobody can contact me except by email. So I sent that out to my girlfriend and my mom. I'm gonna send some out to my friends, like, yo, it's not gonna go through. Shit, if my house burns down, I won't know, because they can't call me and tell me to go put the fire out, or, you know, leak, or whatever the hell it is. I can't even go into Walmart and look at my list of what I need. Actually, no, I could probably use the iPad, but another thing that's important is when you are your data. Luckily, I did a backup a few days ago or a week ago, whatever, so I didn't lose anything. The photos I had taken off, so I'm good with that. So even if they have to give me another phone, I'm okay. Everything else is synced into the cloud. The best option, and I know it's going to cost some people some money, is to just sync it to the cloud. It may cost you $1 or $3 a month, where everything you have on the phone is synced to the cloud, and then if you get a new device, it immediately transfers back. It's completely seamless. If you don't have a big enough plan, then you need to back it up to your computer with a cable, which I did anyway. So it's worth the $3 a month for the Apple Cloud. Make sure it's all syncing up to iCloud. It's also worth the $10 a month for the Apple Care. They treat you like gold at that point. They give you more options or whatever, I guess you would say. They're a little more lenient on giving you new phones instead of sending it away, and other options for faster service and stuff like that. And it's good when the warranty runs out. So anyway, this is a long-ass message, but the lesson is your phone is a key prep that most people don't think about. When it's down, well, I mean, it's down. I'm out of touch, man. I'm off the grid.